Hey everybody, it's Deanna with toolsofenergyprotection.com, your energy shift expert. And tonight has been a relationship about my learning curve with technology. So getting the sound set right and moving forward. Finally got things on board where I believe that you can hear me now as well as see me now. So if I can get some thumbs up from those of you that joined that you can hear me in real time and see my voice in real time and that we're ready to rock, we will get started. So can I get some thumbs up please to let me know that we're on board? Okay, that looks like you can hear me now. Great. So let's get started. Everybody, this is Deanna with toolsofenergyprotection.com, your energy shift expert, where I teach highly sensitive and empathic people how to work with the energies on this planet. And I'm so glad that you're taking the time to join me tonight. It is August 6th, 2019, or perhaps on the replay on Facebook or YouTube or on toolsofenergyprotection.com. So very quickly, I would like to let you know that I will be at the For Heaven's Sakes bookstore in Denver Thursday and Friday doing energy clearing sessions, and that number is 303-964-9339 if you call them for this Thursday and this Friday to get on my schedule between 11 and 5 Mountain Time. If you're not available to come to the store and get a big hug, just give them a call and we can do an appointment right over the phone. So what's happening, everybody? I know I'm on here almost every week saying this is a crazy week and that the energies are going everywhere, and I feel a little bit like I am tooting the same exact horn over and over again, but it is crazy. So if you have access to an app, or if you have access to some way to look at the planets or the stars, you'll notice that we've got 4 of them that are all getting together, and they're kind of playing a game in between Leo and Cancer signs, and they are just jumbling and going and retrograding and all kinds of stuff. And what that's doing is it's combining several different energies. And so if you are familiar with what bioelectromagnetism is, then you'll know that when the stars and the planets move, it causes frequencies to change here on the planet. It causes frequencies to change here where our 3D bodies and where our minds are. And that, in turn, changes what we experience in our environment. So if you imagine, a little, an aquarium, and the fish inside will experience whatever's provided for them by the people that are caring for the aquarium. And that's more or less where we are with our bioelectromagnetic frequency. So on the planet, what's going on is that we are seeing this dynamic shift, and a lot of it has to do with the sun, and a lot of it has to do with Mars, and each one of these changes, when the planets go by each other or seem to stop and then rotate another way, it rearranges the electromagnetic frequency on the planet, and again that affects our bodies and our energy bodies and causes us to feel different things and express different things depending where we are in our lives. So the more inner work you've done on yourself, the more maybe counseling or energy clearing that you've done on yourself, the more that will shift how you feel about yourself, more about self-love, self-value, self-worth. And when those things change on the outside, it changes how we treat people and situations on the outside. So this latest frequency shift has to do with relationships. And I know we worked on relationships last year, and I thought we're so done with that. No, we're not done. This is the next level up. So if you imagine all last year was like first grade or maybe second grade, and this year it's going to be about finishing up in third grade. And then next year, it's going to go up even more. And so what does that really mean? Well, it means that a lot of us are feeling up and down, and up and down. This week, I felt a particular way, which my assistant who came in today shared that she felt the same way, which is one day we felt just so tired and so drained in every way, shape, and form. We could just barely drag ourselves to do what we needed to do. And then the next day, we felt so energized and we had clarity in our thoughts and things were much better. And I know that you could say that's normal human behavior. But right now with the shifts, it's streamlining so many more of us together to all have that feeling almost at the same time. So the more you've worked on yourself, the more spiritually aware and awake that you are, the sooner that you feel these shifts. And then it kind of trickles down to people that are still working or at a different frequency or at a different level. But it's moving all of us forward so that we can feel, sense, or know more about ourselves and our expression. And I'd like for all of you to know that you are an expression of the divine aspect of the creator source of all. You, in fact, are an expression of God's spirit or source. So as you experience life, as you experience what's happening in your life, what you're doing is pulling down various experiences that God's spirit or source already knows about and putting them in a combination that makes you you, your personality, who you are and what you're experiencing. So there's different things that are happening to us. There's different things that we are expressing and experiencing and learning from. And if you're having a particularly hard time with this particular shift, if you're really feeling stuck, or you're unable to move forward, or you feel like the same scenario is playing over and over, or even another one of my clients, it's something that's been pervasive in her life for several years, and it's now coming to a head, and she is going to either deal with it, work through it, or not. And it is a tough situation. I'm sure many of you out there are facing a tough situation where something is just like, whew, you want to get rid of it, but you feel you can't. You'd like to move forward, but you feel you can't. There's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. There's always a way to either change things, express things differently, or even think about things differently. And that's what I'm learning, is that circumstance may not be changing in my life, but how I experience it, how I choose to work with it, how I see it is changing. So that's what's going on this week. August 6th, today until next Tuesday when we talk again. Really just pay attention to what's happening for you. And I seem to be running into this issue where by the time I get all the cameras running, I don't have my water near me. So maybe next week somebody will drop by my studio and bring me a big jug of water. But I wanted to let you know that coming up next week, excuse me, I'm going to get more water. Coming up next week, I'm actually going to be on the road. So I will not be in the studio. And for those of you, of my clients, my beautiful clients, that live in the Texas area, I'm actually headed to Texas this weekend. So I'll be putting up videos maybe on Facebook and YouTube, I don't know about Instagram, and I'll be talking about different energy shifts as I go down there and traveling and having some fun with my daughter, because we need to get a summer trip in before school starts. And that's just a couple weeks away. So if you are in the Texas area, and I know some of you, I've seen on Facebook down here, post below, or private message me that you want to see me soon, now's your chance, because I will be in town. And if you private message me, I will tell you where I'm going to be, because the location is one that I hold kind of private. But I am willing to have you come out and see me if you want to send me a message on Facebook, Instagram, or privately. So we'll get together and we will talk about what's happening for you. And I understand that Texas is going to greet me with 100-degree weather, so I can't wait for that. But anyway, getting back to this energy change and this energy shift, it is also affecting people's health. So if you're experiencing health challenges, myself, I've noticed my hips will hurt sometimes, and other times they won't hurt. I notice sometimes my shoulders have been hurting, and other times they won't hurt. Sometimes I get a headache, only for a short period of time. So please know that if you are experiencing any health issues during these transitions, I'd like for you to take pen and paper, get a little sticky note out, excuse me, take a little sticky note out and write down what issues you're having. Right now I need water, obviously. But what I'm saying is these health issues that are happening, if they're happening over and over again, and you know on approximately what days they're happening, and they seem to have a rhythm to them, it's probably the electromagnetic shift. But in wisdom, please do check with your doctor or your healthcare provider if you're having consistent issues. Always in wisdom. But do note when these are happening, because it could be that shift. And if you're having a problem with your electromagnetic frequency, because of the planetary shifts, that's something that we can get together and look at and shift and change for you, so that you don't have to experience these all the time. A lot of times, your physical body is telling you what your mind and your emotions don't want to deal with. I have somebody in my life who's very close to me who has a tendency to take emotions and push them away or push them down. By doing that, your physical body will reflect what's happening. Your physical body will process what you're not allowing your emotions to process. I'd like for you to think about that. Take a breath. Your physical body will process what you do not allow your emotions to process. It is called energy in motion, or emotions. And that's why I'm encouraging you. Take a sticky pad and a pen and write down the days and perhaps the times that something is hurting in your body. That is a tool. The name of my website is toolsofenergyprotection.com. Believe it or not, noting when things are happening to you is a tool to watch your energy and to see what's happening. If you don't want to use a sticky note and you're an A student and you really are an overachiever, then I encourage you to get a notebook of some sort, a spiral notebook, and put in there the dates and the times you're experiencing different things. Perhaps you can Google or go on the internet and look up the phases of the moon, the phases of the sun. You know, you can even use a farmer's almanac if you like. But there's a rhythm to what's happening. And if you're going to note down what pains you have in your body and on what date and time and where, I also encourage you to write down what your emotions were that day. Were you extremely happy? Were you sad? Were you frustrated? What was frustrating you? Because you will probably see a pattern consistently over and over in what's happening in your life. And that's how you can start to change in things and to notice things. So there's a number of you that have been working with me for years, and I really do super appreciate those of you that have been with me for a while and have been following my work and understand my work. The challenge that I'm finding is a lot of people are not really clear on what energy work is or what it looks like or how it affects you, and they're new at it. And I was looking to see real quickly if I could find one of my testimonials, but I don't see it really quickly. But for those of you that are feeling these energy shifts, you may be empathic or highly sensitive, and you just don't know what's going on. The work that I do is to connect in with the frequency that's going on in your mind and your body and your soul, and help you to shift it, get some instant relief if we can, and then give you some tools to move forward so that you can move out of that dis-ease, move out of that pain. And that's what I offer in sessions. So I have available tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday this week to work with people on the phone on one-to-one sessions, and I'm going to put up some initial consult times. So if you've never worked with me before and you want to get just a little taste to kind of see what's happening, I'm going to offer some initial consults and allow you to get together with me for just a few minutes and see if we're a match for each other. Because I know making an initial investment for an appointment when you've never worked with me can be, a little, not so sure, kind of like the first date, kind of thing. But I would like for you very much to have the opportunity to at least talk and see if we're a match. So I'll put the initial consults up. I'll just put a few on there. And then I will have some times available next week. I will be traveling, so the times will be shorter. But, there's emergencies and things that need to be taken care of. And again, if you are in Texas and you're one of my Texas clients and you follow me, you want to just privately message me, I will get a place to meet with you so we can do a little session. Otherwise, I'm going to be enjoying some time with my daughter, and I'll post some things on Facebook and Instagram so you can see what kind of fun we're having and what we're up to. And then it's right back to start school. One other quick thing before I go. Here, I will look and see if there are any questions here in the feed. I'm glad that we got the sound working. Hi, Patty. Let's see. Okay. And let's see what we got. Okay, so there we go. Okay. I can get you the live's working. So another couple things I'm going to ask, if you're seeing this on YouTube or Facebook, Instagram, or even on toolsofenergyprotection.com, I'm going to ask you to put down in the comments if this is a better time for you, because even though it was a little bit more challenging for me to get on, usually it's 7:30, and I didn't get on until around 8:30, I'm noticing that there's quite a few more people that are coming on board. So I'm thinking that a later time would work better for everyone on the lives. That would be great if you could please let me know that. I'll be more than happy to switch the time to later in the evening, doing maybe 8:30 for the live. And again, I am going to be making these shorter, coming hopefully in August, and we'll put up a different platform, excuse me, for the longer versions. So I better go get some water. Have a great night.